This is useful information about keto dieting that I found when I wrote the clinical trial that wrote this. The Stanford University clinical trial is that since then has, I think, been completed and come out successful, that indeed serious mental illnesses can be treated, and not really treated but like helped by um ketosis, the diet, ketogenic diet. So I don't know, I've heard of people going off their medicine for this, but I don't think that that is advisable personally. But I wanted to walk through this PDF because I think it's really valuable. And so, let me just walk through some of this for you all. Who could benefit from this lifestyle change? One, any committed person who with insulin resistance. Two, any committed person with type 2 diabetes. Three, any committed person with lipid abnormalities. Four, any committed person with hypertension. Five, any committed person who has PCOS or polycystic ovarian syndrome. Six, any committed person with excess body fat who wants to lose fat and spare lean muscle mass. Seven, any person with neurological disorders known to respond positively to ketogenic diets. Nine, any committed woman who's considering pregnancy and wishes to manage their weight of body fat before and after pregnancy. This will dramatically decrease the chance that the child will go on to struggle with weight. What is the low carb, high fat, or ketogenic diet? The short answer is it is a fat burning diet. Your body can burn two sources of fuel, either glucose, sugar, or fat. If you are eating carbohydrates, your body turns that into sugar. Your body will always burn sugar as the primary source of fuel in a process. Hold on. If where am I? Your body will always burn sugar as the primary source of fuel if it is present. When you deplete your stores of sugar, the body will burn fat. And the byproduct of this process is a ketone, hence the name ketogenic. A ketogenic diet eliminates or heavily restricts carbohydrates. Then the body has to burn your fat or ketones as the primary source of energy, not sugar. Common questions about this approach. Is ketosis dangerous? This question usually stems from people who have heard of diabetes, ketoacidosis, or DKA. DKA can happen in type 1 diabetic with insulin deficiency, and that is dangerous. It has nothing to do with a ketogenic diet in patients with normal or elevated levels of insulin. The ketogenic diet results in nutrient ketosis, which is healthy. Does all meat or fat in ketogenic diet elevate my cholesterol? No. A ketogenic diet is the best thing you could do for your lipids. The source of most lipid abnormalities is not elevated dietary intake of fat, but an elevated insulin level, which comes from the ingestion of too many carbohydrates. A ketogenic diet corrects this high insulin level, which in turn improves your lipid panel. In fact, this way of eating reduces your cardiac risk by lowering your triglycerides and increasing your HDL, your good cholesterol. To ensure this happens for you, have your healthcare provider measure your fat lipid profile periodically. Does ketogenic diet elevate blood pressure? No, it lowers blood pressure. If you're on blood pressure medicines, you might need to come off of them while you're eating ketogenic diet or doing intermittent fasting. As physicians, we can instruct you on how to do this carefully and systematically. This was written by physicians. A ketogenic diet restricts sugar intake, but doesn't my body need sugar? Great question. It does not. There are essential fats that you must eat to live. There are essential amino acids which you must eat to live. There is no such thing as an essential carbohydrate. In fact, you can make your own sugar through a process that happens to your liver called gluconeogenesis, which means making sugar for hundreds of thousands of years. Our human ancestors went without food for periods of time, burned their own body fat, and they were in ketosis. What happens about pre-diabetes and diabetes? I was told we need to eat carbohydrates to keep blood sugar from dropping too low. A ketogenic diet corrects your abnormal blood sugar, spikes your blood sugars, may dip low, but if you're making ketones, you are using another source of fuel for energy, and you will not get symptoms associated with low blood sugar. A ketogenic diet corrects abnormal blood sugars and gets you off your own diabetes medication. As a physician, we can instruct you on how to discontinue your medications carefully and systematically. Isn't ketogenic diet restrictive? Can't I have more variety? I can't give up carbohydrates. Give this strategy a couple weeks. After 2 weeks, you won't have this perspective. Actually, our current environment and excessive amounts of sugar and starches has contributed to your weight gain. If you are asking this question, there is a good possibility you have strong emotional attachment to certain foods. One goal is to change your mindset about food. In the end, you eat to live a long, healthy life. Your weight is not the only thing that will improve. Your metabolic health will improve. Introduction: no sugar, no starch, quote unquote. This way of eating is a diet low in sugar and starchy foods, because starches are easily digested to sugar. Starchy foods are similar to sugar and must be avoided as well. This way of eating focuses on eating real foods and includes meat, fish, cheese, egg, salads, and vegetables. This eating plan will provide your body with the nutrition that it needs, and it will change the fuel that your body uses from mainly sugars to mainly fat. Sugars and starches are known as carbohydrates and can be measured in grams. To maximize your fat burning, your carbohydrate intake will be 20 grams or less per day. This means you will need to avoid sugar, bread, fruit, flour, pasta, or any other sugary, starchy foods that will help you that have a lot of carbohydrates. Sorry, I didn't mean. Um, when you limit carbohydrate intake, your hunger will go away. And if you have extra weight on your body, you will eat less. You will eat less and lose weight. A list of food initially allowed is provided to assist you in changing your eating patterns. Medical supervision is recommended for any weight loss program, especially if you are currently taking medications. As your weight decreases and your medical condition improves, medications will probably have to be adjusted. Blood work should be checked periodically to make sure that the values are within normal range. People should report that regularly scheduled appointments help to ensure that they follow the diet. A few practical points. The diet does have some possible side effects, as does any effective weight loss program, although they will not seriously impact your health and will disappear quickly. They can be bothersome. These side effects include sugar cravings, flu-like symptoms, constipation, and bad breath. And the following recommendations will help you avoid or minimize these side effects. Am I reading this every whole thing? I guess I am. Or am I just gonna read some of it? I'm gonna skim this part. When you enter a state of nutritional ketosis, it is normal for your kidneys to excrete a large amount of sodium into your urine. This lowers your blood sodium content, and this can make you feel tired, washed out, like you have the flu. Occasionally, people experience fatigue, headaches, body aches, difficulty concentrating, or other flu like symptoms when they stop eating carbohydrates. These symptoms usually usually fairly mild and pass quickly, and they are a sign that your body is going through a transition period from burning carbohydrates to burning fat for fuel. I guess these are important. If you feel like this, you should make some bone or chicken broth and dissolve full salt bouillon cube, not low sodium, in a cup of water and drink it. Do this twice a day until you feel better, and then you may stop. Do not use bouillon cubes if you have high blood pressure or heart failure. To make the broth, drop a cube of bouillon into a cup of water and drink it. Although your energy levels will soon return to normal, many patients have reported that they enjoy the broth and continue drinking it beyond the first week. 2. As your body adjusts to your new way of eating, you may initially experience cravings for the sugar, starch foods that are not on this diet, but the cravings will pass. Like stopping anything that you are accustomed to or addicted to. The fewer carbohydrates you have in your diet, the sooner the cravings will subside. Sugary cravings can be temporarily treated with sugar-free beverages such as diet soda or sugar-free flavorings, sugar-free Jello, and whipped cream. Some patients complain about bad breath. This is a good sign that you're doing it right, but it easily treated with brushing your teeth and tongue 2 to 3 times a day regularly. See your dentist, flossing daily, and drinking water. You can also use mouthwash twice a day for at least 1 minute each time. You should they should go away if you are more metabolically adapted. The problem persists. Try sugar-free gum or mints. 4. Drink plenty of water. Make sure that you drink at least 100 ounces a day. 5. Some patients complain of constipation. If you're experiencing constipation, hard stools, or hard to pass stools, there are a number of ways you may address this issue. Use 1 teaspoon of milk of magnesia at bedtime daily, or use tablets you prefer over liquid, and add 1/2 a cup of rich fiber vegetables to your diet per day. Have 1 to 2 servings of sugar-free gum or sugar-free candy that contains sorbitol or another sugar alcohol. That doesn't sound good. I don't like that stuff. Use sugar-free Metamucil twice a day. Yuck. When we have determined which approach will be best for you, you can use that method until symptoms resolve. If the issue persists, you need additional assistance, consult your healthcare provider. 6. Patients often want to know when it is appropriate to exercise. It is okay to use walking or lower weights as your exercise during the first 4 weeks. After 4 weeks, your body is adapted to the ketones as the primary energy source, and you may begin to exercise with a greater intensity if you would like. However, this is not a requirement. We would recommend strength training while you are doing the diet and stimulate your muscles to grow. 7. If you slip, and it can throw out your whole ketosis and prevent weight loss for 3 to 7 days. If you do slip, you can follow it up with a period of fasting and get right back on track and start again. You may be surprised. It is not difficult to be strict because your hunger will decrease or gone entirely. 8. Although the diet is very nutritious, it is recommended that you take an iron-free multivitamin to be sure you're getting all the vitamins and minerals that you need, unless you are told to take iron by your doctor. What foods can I have? This is the part that I found most useful, but I thought I'd do the whole thing for you guys. What foods can I have? This diet is focused on providing your body with nutrition it needs, protein and fat, while minimizing the foods that your body does not need, carbohydrates. To be most effective, you will need to keep the dietary carbohydrates less than 20 grams per day. Your diet is to be made up exclusively of foods and beverages from this handout. It doesn't matter how the food is cooked. Food can be cooked in a microwave oven, baked, boiled, stir-fried, sautéed, roasted, fried with no flour, breading, or cornmeal, or grilled. When hungry, eat as much as you want of these foods. These foods have no carbs. Meat: beef, hamburger, pork, ham, bacon, lamb, veal, sausage, pepperoni, hot dogs, or other meats. Poultry: chicken, turkey, duck, and other fowl. Fish and shellfish: any fish including tuna, salmon, catfish, bass, trout, shrimp, scallops, crab, and lobster. Whole eggs permitted without restriction. Don't avoid the fat. Olive and butter have no carbs. You do not have to deliberately limit qualities, but you should stop eating when you feel full. Salad greens and non-starchy vegetables must be eaten every day, but the amount is limited. Leafy greens, 2 cups a day, including arugula, bok choy, cabbage, all varieties, chard, chives, endive greens, all varieties, including beet, collard, mustard, turnips, kale, lettuce, all varieties, parsley, spinach, radicchio, radishes, scallions, watercress. If it is a leaf, you can eat it. Non-starchy vegetables, 1 cup. Measured uncooked today includes artichoke, asparagus, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, celery, cucumber, eggplant, green beans, string beans, jicama, leeks, mushroom, okra, onions, peppers, pumpkins, shallots, snow peas, sprouts, beans, alfalfa, sugar snap peas, summer squash, tomato, rhubarb, wax beans, and zucchini. If you do not have high blood pressure, hypertension, or heart failure, then use bouillon as needed during the first few weeks to minimize headache and fatigue. I thought I already read about that part. Foods that are allowed in limited quantities. Check the label to be sure there are no added carbohydrates. Cheese, up to 4 ounces a day, including hard-aged cheeses such as Swiss, cheddar, brie, blue, mozzarella, cream cheese, goat cheese. Check the carbohydrate count. Cream up to 2 tablespoons a day, including whipping heavy, light, or sour cream. Mayonnaise up to 2 tablespoons a day. Sorry about my barking dog. Trying to. Okay, where was I? Sour cream. Where are you? Oh, there. Olives, mayonnaise up to 2 tablespoons a day, olives, black or green, up to 6 a day, avocados up to half a fruit a day, lemon juice, 2 teaspoonfuls a day, soy sauce up to 2 teaspoons a day, pickles, 2 servings a day, 0 carb snacks, including sugar-free jellos, pork rinds, pepperoni slices, ham, turkey, beef jerky, deviled eggs. The main restriction is carbohydrates. On this diet, no sugar, simple carbohydrates, and no starches, complex carbohydrates, are eaten. The only carbohydrate we encourage are nutritionally dense, fiber-rich vegetables, limited above. Sugars are simple carbohydrates. Avoid these kinds of foods: white sugar, brown sugar, honey, maple syrup, molasses, corn syrup, beer, malt, milk, flavored yogurts, fruit juice, and fruit. Starches are complex carbohydrates. Avoid these kinds of food: grains, even whole grains, rice, cereal, flour, cornstarch, bread, pasta, muffins, bagels, crackers, or starchy vegetables such as slow-cooked beans, pinto, lima, black beans, carrot, parsnip, corn, peas, potato, french fries, potato chips. Fat and oil. All fats and oil, even butter, are allowed. Olive oil and peanut oil are especially healthy oils and are encouraged in cooking. Avoid margarine and other hydrogenated oils. For salad dressing, use oil and vinegar, blue cheese, ranch, Caesar, Italian. Avoid light dressings as these commonly have more carbohydrates. Chopped eggs, bacon, and grated cheese may also be included in salads. Fats in general are important to include because they taste good and make you feel full. You therefore can eat the fat or skin that is served with meat or poultry that you eat, as long as there is no breading on the skin. Do not attempt to follow a low-fat diet while doing a keto diet. That seems obvious. Sweeteners and desserts. If you feel the need to eat or drink something sweet, you should select the most sensible sweeteners available, just not sugar. Some available alternatives are Splenda, NutraSweet, Trivia, Sweet and Low, sugar alcohols that contain sugar alcohols can contain cause stomach upset. Beverages. Drink as much as you would like of the allowed beverages, but do not force fluids beyond your capacity. The best beverage is water, essence flavored seltzers. Bottled spring and mineral waters are a good choice. Caffeinated beverage. Some patients find their caffeine intake interferes with their weight and loss of blood sugar control. Weight loss and blood sugar control. With this in mind, you may have up to 3 servings of coffee, black or with artificial sweetener, tea, and caffeinated diet soda per day. Alcohol. At first, we ask that you avoid alcohol consumption on this diet. As weight loss and dietary patterns become established, alcohol in moderation qualities may be added back into the diet at a later point in time. Quantities. Eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full. Important reminders. The following items are not on the diet: sugar, bread, cereal, flour containing items, fruit juices, honey, whole or skim milk, yogurt, canned soup, dietary substitutes, ketchup, sweet condiments, and relishes. Avoid these common mistakes. Beware of fat-free or light products. Don't use them. Okay. Doctor's tip sheet. Should I read this or is it mostly for doctors? I'm confused. Aim for a small portion size of protein. I'm gonna skip this because I'm not reading this whole thing. There's like abridged. Hold on. Other common mistakes. It says, don't put sauces. They have a lot of sugar in them. This is probably useful if you want to pause and look at some of this, but I just am not currently reading it out loud, but you're welcome to read it. Here's an example of a menu. I think that's it. I just thought it was really useful. I wanted to mention that this obviously is not a substitute for like medical